International updates now, and heavy police has deployment in capital Beijing and other parts of China as government steps up measures on any potential demonstrations. This comes as public anger over zero COVID policy continues in China. Rare anti-Xi Jinping protests have rocked major cities for the past several days now. Remember, the protests saw massive escalation after a deadly fire in Urumqi, which killed 10 people. Residents claim strict COVID curbs proved to be a massive hurdle in rescue operations, killing 10 and injuring several others. Right, in fact, the world is coming down harsh on Xi Jinping as Chinese government continues suppression and doubles down on its zero COVID policy, condemning the crackdown. US has reiterated Biden administration support for peaceful protests. Meanwhile, the UN has also called on China to respect right to peaceful protests and urged China not to detain people simply for taking part in peaceful protests. In the UK as well, Rishi Sunak declared that the golden era between Britain and China is now over.
We also need to evolve our approach to China. Now, let's be clear, the so-called golden era is over, along with the naive idea that trade would automatically lead to social and political reform. But nor should we rely on simplistic Cold War rhetoric. We recognise China poses a systemic challenge to our values and interests, a challenge that grows more acute as it moves towards even greater authoritarianism. Instead of listening to their people's protests, the Chinese government has chosen to crack down further, including by assaulting a BBC journalist.
Our message to peaceful protesters around the world is the same and consistent. People should be allowed the right to assemble and to peacefully protest policies or laws or dictates that they take issue with. I think a moment to reassert what we believe in when it comes to free assembly and peaceful protest, and we've done that, and we'll continue to do that, whether it's people protesting in Iran or China or anywhere else around the world. Nothing's changed about the president's firm belief in the power of democracy and democratic institutions and how important that is.